Good afternoon. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jared Horak, and this is the video feature race of the week. This week there's two big stakes races for 2-year-olds, but one of them is going to be my written play on HRN. The other one's going to be my video play. And I also have 4 of my top 8 Kentucky Derby of 2015 contenders running in these races. Then we have International Star, my top ranked horse. He's going to run in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. And a couple others are going there. Kabier, who's currently number 6 on my list, and then Lord Nelson, number 8. So all 3 of those horses going in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. Frosted, number 7 on my list. He's going to run in the Remsen Stakes, and he's the morning line favorite. Now the Remsen, it'll be the 9th race at Aqueduct on November 29th. It's a grade 2, and it'll be a 9-furlong event. You have 2 coupled entries, and 2 of those horses, Flash Away and Moonlight Bandit for trainer Mark Casse, they're both cross-entered in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes. So we'll have to see which direction they go. Now I mentioned that Frosted was the favorite. He's actually drawn the outside post. He is the morning line favorite for the Remsen. He's going to have to overcome that outside post. The interesting thing of the Remsen, there doesn't seem to be a lot of speed. Ostrolenka for Todd Pletcher looks like has some speed. Frosted has some early pressing speed. A lot of the horses like to come from off the pace, so it looks like it's going to be a bit of a muddled pace scenario. And we mentioned with the cross-entered horses, not sure exactly where they're going, but hopefully Frosted will run well and continue on that Derby trail. But let's go to our video race of the week. That'll be the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes at Churchill Downs, the 11th race on Saturday, November 29th. Mile and a 16th for 2-year-olds. Post time is going to be 5:35 p.m. Eastern Time. My top choice in the Kentucky Jockey Club is going to be International Star. Not just because he's my top Derby contender, but I think he has a good shot in here. I like his post draw. In the last race, he had post 11 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. That outside post, he was racing wide. Also in the stretch, when he started to make a run, he was bumped hard. He ended up just not doing too particularly well there, but he really didn't have a shot. The top 3 finishers were all up on the pace, and he was that outside post with the wide trip, getting bumped in the stretch. All in all, not a bad effort, better than looked on paper. So now he's going to move to the dirt course. He's a graded winner on Poly Track. He won the Grade 3 Gray Stakes at Woodbine. He's run 1 time on conventional dirt. It was a short field. He chased the pace setter. He ended up finishing well clear in a 5-horse field. He was clearly second best that day. So now they're going to try dirt again. I like his draw here. There is some speed, and I think that he's going to sit a decent trip. He also reunites with the rider that won with him, Rafael Hernandez, in the Gray Stakes. So reuniting with that winning rider. He's 5 career starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds. His only unplaced effort was in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. And I think he can go better on the surface switch, better post. He's going to get some pace help. He's got 10 Derby points so far, and hopefully he'll finish in the top 3 here. My second choice is going to be Imperia. He's number 8. He was a troubled 10th in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. He had a lot of trouble, a lot of traffic. He broke his maiden, actually, in the Grade 3 Pilgrim. And prior to that, for trainer Karen McLaughlin, they're going to try dirt for this one. Medaglia d'Oro is the sire. Karen McLaughlin says the only reason they ran him on turf is because he knew he wanted to run a route of ground. And turf racing at that time was what he chose. But now that he's got some experience and you have more graded races on dirt, and he has that experience under his belt, they're going to switch him to the dirt course. And at 8-1, it could be a good gamble. My third choice, number 9, Lord Nelson, your morning line favorite, 5-2 for trainer Bob Baffert. We mentioned that he was currently sitting number 8 on my Derby list. He was 4th in the front runner in his only 2-turn race. He won both of his sprint starts, a nice win in the Speak Easy Stakes last time. He outclassed his competition. He's bred for 2 turns. They're going to try 2 turns again, and we'll see if he wants that distance today. Kabier will round out my top 4. He's number 5. This one has speed. I'm just not sure how far he wants to go. He was 2nd in the Nashua. He set the pace. And I think that right now, my feeling is that he's going to be a sprinter. I think he can, obviously 7 furlongs, he broke his maiden at Saratoga. He may be able to get a mile and a 16th. I'm also surprised that they didn't run him in the Remsen. He's a New York horse. The Remsen came up light on pace. He's a speed horse, but they're going to take blinkers off. He's 7-2 here. I think that's a little bit low. But if he can get out there and relax with blinkers off, he could hang around for a long time. And this is how I suggest playing this race. We're going to make a $20 win wager on International Star, a $4 exacta box with International Star and Imperia, and then a $3 exacta. We're going to put International Star and Imperia on top of El Kabier and Lord Nelson. The total wagers will be $40. Now, if you want to look at that written play, go over to horseracing.nation.com in the written play section. That for the Grade 2 Remsen, I have the written play with wagering strategies for that Remsen Stakes over at horseracing.nation.com. If you can follow Horse Racing Nation on Twitter, like us on Facebook, DerbyWars.com if you're a Derby Wars player, or if you want to play on Derby Wars. It's a $20,000 game for Saturday, November 29th, and it will also feature races from Aqueduct and Churchill Downs, including these big stakes races that we just talked about. That'll wrap up this week's video. And until next week, good luck at the races.